lot of fun, but no one else would. So we got to have other people having as much fun as we are, right? All right, so ready when you are.
Okay, perfect. So the next one would be build healthy and meaningful relationships and friendships. So I think everything starts with you. If you're not in a healthy mindset and in a good place in your life, there's no way you could have healthy relationships with other people, or a healthy marriage, for example, or even have meaningful relationships and friendships, because you can't be present in the moment. When you have anxiety, or when you have trust issues, when you have doubt and all of those things, you're always in your head. You're not in the moment. So there's no way you can have authentic, meaningful relationships and friendships.
So I think it should be easy for you, though, because you have thought about this so much. You probably have I guess, but you also are dealing with other people. So maybe that's the hard part, right?
In what sense do you mean?
Well, I think that I think that people who spend a lot of time thinking about these subjects seem like they may have a better way to handle, relationship stresses than those who don't. But then I started thinking that, well, yeah, but you're still dealing with people, and people have their own complications and their own anxieties, and it takes them a little while to get to where you are, even though you may be more talented or gifted at building the relationship, I guess. Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure. And I think relationships, like people to people, it's always complicated. It doesn't matter how much you practice it. You're going to meet someone that you really like, or you really enjoy their friendship, but they're dealing with their own stuff, and then they'll suddenly like yell at you, and you're like, whoa, where did that come from? So it's never easy, right? But I think when you're in a good mindset, you can have healthier relationships with people. Yeah. So if you're in a healthy mindset and someone yells, you're not going to yell back, because you're just, you're in your power and you know how to act. But if you're not in a good mindset, you're probably going to yell back, and then it's like, it's a nightmare.
Yeah, it
right?
escalates, goes up. Yeah, I remember somebody saying it this way, saying that in every discussion, there's got to be an adult in the room. And so if that other person's acting like the child, then you need to take responsibility acting like an adult. If they raise their voice, you might lower yours, and things like that. So I can see that's a work in progress for everybody, probably.
Yeah, I think relationships are always going to be tough, because you never know who you're going to deal with, what they're about, what their past is, and what's their stuff. But if you're in a strong mindset and in your power, it just makes it so much easier and more peaceful.
Yep. Sounds good. All right. So the next one, are you ready for the next one?
Yes, I am. Stop living in fear and heal your anxiety. Yeah. So get rid of your fears. A big thing that a lot of people I get on the phone with, they're afraid to give up their anxiety, because they say, oh, it helps me like perform better. That just shows that you've gotten so good at making it numb that you think it's actually a helping tool now.
Yeah.
So stop doing that. Recognize that having anxiety is not normal.
Kind of like a drug or something that they're used to.
Yeah, and I think people have really normalized it. Everyone says, oh, I have anxiety. Now people who don't even have anxiety, they just say the word because it's anxiety. And, it's really about just getting out of that fear, taking the first step, have a conversation with someone about it, and get on the path to healing.
Yeah, and it's kind of like victimhood. There's a certain amount of benefits you get from being the victim.
Yeah.
People feel sorry for you, get to play off of being the victim and everything else. I think when I was growing up, the last thing you wanted to be was being seen as the victim and weak. But now it's almost like that's a badge of honor. And, the more victimhood you have, the stronger, the more power you have in some cases.
Yeah, it's true. And it's interesting. I was just speaking to a client on the phone, and, he was telling me well, I really want to get rid of my anxiety, but I just like think, I don't know, I'm scared to kind of give it up because I think it kind of helps me in sales. And I said, okay, again, we're back to that. But I said, so imagine you go to the doctor and they say you have a cancerous tumor. Are you going to say, oh no, keep it in, I'm fine, like it's good, it's all good, I'll just hang on to it? No, there's no way you would say that. You're like, oh my God, it tested positive for, like, there's cancer cells, take it out if that's what needs to be done. Right? Because anxiety, it's not bleeding, or there isn't a lump, or there isn't a test that says positive or negative, doesn't mean it's not there, and doesn't mean that it's not bad for you.
That's a good way to look at it. It reminds me, when you're talking about that, reminds me of the valley of despair, and getting from one point to another point, and you go through this dip. Well, a valley of despair sounds like it's terrible. That change is going to be terrible. You have to change your life, change the way you think of things. But it can also be there if you're excited about it, because now you got to learn a new way. There's a learning curve, right? And you may have to invest a little bit. It may take a little bit of money to get where you want to be. It may do it, so that whole dip and a change is always going to be there. You just have to recognize it's always going to be there. And if you go for a different college degree, that's a great great thing to strive for. But to get there, you're going to have to study and work hard and give up things. And it's always something. That dip's always going to be there, and it's not always bad. It's just always going to be there.
It's all perspective, right? How we look at things.
Yep.
And so the last one is, end this chapter and open plenty of space for new and exciting chapters in your life. So just like I said earlier, when my coach told me, you get rid of it, it's like this profound space opens up for you. I was like, I don't know what you're saying, but okay, let's go. but she was right.
Now you're teaching people about it.
Yeah, but she was right. Yeah, exactly. I remember the one day I woke up. So this was when I would wake up. My first thought was, okay, so what should my funeral be like? Because remember, I had I know exactly. My anxiety was really bad because I had cancer phobia, right? I had the phobia of getting cancer. And so when I would wake up, my first thought was, okay, so what kind of cancer are they going to tell me I have today? And what's my funeral going to be like? This was my every single day reality.
Wow.
Right. So imagine waking up with that thought. It's so dark, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I remember one day I just woke up and I went to wash the dishes, and I was washing the dishes and I was thinking, oh, should I go do this today? And I'm like, I literally dropped the plate and I was like,
you didn't have that thought.
I didn't have the thought. And I was looking for it. I'm like, where's the thought? Oh my God, I don't have the thought. And so that's the minute I realized she was telling me, you're going to start to have space open up, right? Because I had so much space on those negative thoughts that had become normal to me. For me, it was normal. Every day, wake up. Okay, what should I check my body for? And, go there and this and that. And I remember that day I sent my coach this huge bouquet of flowers. And I said, thank you so much. You've given me my life back. So She wrote me an email and said that she had a 13-year-old bulimic girl in her office who was suicidal. And she was crying, and she's like, this isn't going to work. No one can get rid of my anxiety. I am going to die. And then my flowers came with my note. And so the girl just sat down and she did the sessions.
Yeah.
So amazing, right?
Yeah.
But it was true. Amazing. The space that opens up, and it just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. But you can't see that when you're in anxiety.
No, it's hard to see when you're in a dark place, it's hard to see the light, I guess.
Mm-hmm, for sure.
Yeah. It seems like it'd be the other way around. If you're in a dark place, you see the light better. But But anyway, that is very good. Do you have any more that you want to share with us, or any final thoughts you want to give us?
Final thoughts are, please take control of what's no longer serving you in your life. Don't be afraid. The first best thing you can do is have a conversation with someone, even if it's uncomfortable. Remember, you have to get uncomfortable to get comfortable. So that's just how it works, right? And the biggest lessons come in life through some of the hardest moments. And so just going through healing your anxiety, it'll be so amazing on the other side. So I really hope whoever is watching and listening, they have anxiety, that they really take action on it.
It's really, really good. I enjoyed that. And so now we got to tell everybody how to get to you. We said, here's your website, and it says theinnerroommate.com.
Theinnerroommate.com, yes.
Right.
And then if they go to contact.
Okay, we'll go over here, contacts. So if they're on the website, they go to contacts. Where's that? Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Okay. I think it's my computer running slow. All right, there it is. Contact, and they can fill out a name and send you a little message. And there's a phone number.
Yes, they can send me a message, or if people are on LinkedIn, I'm very active on LinkedIn. So I have many videos, and my page is on there as well.
You do. Tell everybody, read out the number in case people are listening and not watching.
Yes, it's 778-840-3533.
What was that?
778-840-3533.
One more time. Uh-oh. We got some more interruption.